today's KCC brings hollow times, germination in tenebrous isolation. We believe today's discussion in initiating a productive discussion pertaining to the prevalent situations such as the ever-extending lockdown. We encourage all of our participants to actively contribute to the discussion about would span throughout of the session. We have with us our eminent artist as a speaker, Mr. Rajiv Bhattacharjee. Hello, sir.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I'm Rajiv.
Mr. Shuman Samajpati. Hello, sir. Mr. Robin Roy. Hello, sir. Mr. Shourabh Rai Chaudhuri.
Hello.
Hello. Mr. Rajat Sen.
Hello.
Hello. Mr. Srikanth Paul. I think so. He is not there. Okay, no problem. Mr. Pradeep Das. Hello, sir. And moderator, Mrs. Rina Dewan, Director, Kolkata Center for Creativity.
Hello.
Hello. Let's start.
Yeah, sure. So I'll start with some housekeeping points because this platform is very new for all of us still. So we will answer the question at the end of the conversation. People can ask their questions there is a panel, Q&A panel, and we may invite live questions if the time permits. There may be network hindrances. Please be patient and kind. The session is being recorded for documentation purpose. For any inquiry, please email at kcc@akst.org.in. Before starting with the conversation today, we'll just spend a few minutes over what is KCC Laboratory. So for Kolkata Center for Creativity, there is a lot of emphasis in research and development of art language across the disciplines. And we believe that no practice can survive and thrive forward without questioning the conventions, practices, exploring new methods of creation and communication. Without exchange, experiment, errors, and troubleshoot, we cannot progress. To encourage the process of search, KCC supports and provides space, mentoring, and requirements for artistic practices in its various interdisciplinary laboratories throughout the year. The concept of the Hello Time is by the curator Rajiv Bhattacharjee. It's very big. I'll just read out 2 lines to give some of the concept. We are living in a world that is ever more global, ever more connected, and simultaneously ever more separated, isolated through multi-layered borders and fundamentalism under cover of liberals. The scope of this laboratory is quite wide because the subject itself is varied and has a broad perspective. So how we started the process, I'll just take you through that. When we started this, it was in the month of January, and that time we were really not aware about this pandemic situation that is going to come up. But now when I was reading the concept about this laboratory, I actually was shocked to see that there is a sentence written. They are the humans feel that they are ruling over nature in a subconscious mind in open eyes. That is what we all thought. But now the situation is much different. We have become the slaves. We are inside in our caves again, and the nature is ruling outside. With the process, I'll just take you through. There was a first meeting with artists to start a dialogue on hollow times, which is our laboratory number 3, in the month of January. From there, we had another conversation with the art students in the month of February, and the topic was connecting time, space, and reality. Post that, the artist started working, and this is some of the pictures looking into the progress of the laboratory. But unfortunately, all this work needs a lot of involvement of labor and machinery, And due to this pandemic situation and lockdown, the work is on hold. So these are the last picture before the lockdown. To stay connected, we again met and we discussed how the hollow times have actually become much more relevant than it was when we started in the month of January. And then today. Today we are here because we want to take forward our conversation of the laboratory, which, as my colleague Maushami Ballabh just said, that may or may not culminate into an exhibition in the month of August as we had planned initially, but never mind. I'll invite all of you to now participate in the conversation. I'll start with Rajiv ji, who actually conceptualized along with me this whole laboratory. Rajiv ji, my question to you would be that generations before us have seen some more pandemic in the history. As an artist, how do you see the effect of these kind of pandemic reflected through an art movement or a change in the creative process?
Yeah.
Praveen Roy ji, a very, very warm welcome. So we just started,
Right.
and I've put my first question to Rajiv ji.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So, starting with, I just want to quote one observation of French sociologist Pierre Bourdieu. Pierre Bourdieu once said that art does not exist in a vacuum. Rather, it operates within a field of practice and positions. So, is this time a vacuum? No, it's not. We think it's. There are a lot of things happening around us. World is in transition, actually. Miseries of people, bankruptcy of economic system, extreme hollowness of the so-called developed and capitalistic economy are being exposed. Extreme marginalization of major portion of the world population will take place in many countries. So it's not a vacuum, but it's a time which has exposed the hollowness of our civilization. Now, this type of natural and man-made disaster has happened in the history many times, but art has always prevailed, even in the time of crisis and hardship. Let's start from 14th or 15th century, say. From the 15th century to, I'll come to our 21st century. Let's go back to 15th century. There was a great plague, which was known as Black Death, which had wiped out scores of people in the mid 14th and 15th century. And it lasted for around many years, 100 of years. Lasted for 100 of years. It came back. After that, there was the flu, the Spanish flu, the Asian flu, the swine flu, and so on. Humanity is no stranger to diseases and outbreaks. Now, today, as we join forces fighting the current corona or COVID-19 pandemic, we can take a look into the history that there are painters, there were creative people in those uncertain times. Even if not all of them leave to finish their stories, they did great jobs during this kind of crisis. As of course, mankind survived two grave wars, not great wars as usually we say, grave war, I can say, and famine. So in this period of time, we can we see a lot of artists, Italian artists, namely Titian. Titian actually he died of plague, but in that period, Titian did marvelous. Titian lived between 1488 and 1576, and in that period he did a lot of works, great works. Another Flemish painter, Van Dyck, who was spent in the 1620s working in Italy. So he also died. He died. He fled from Italy to Gonia due to the plague, and he did a lot of work there. So we can see that we'll name another painter from the 16th century. He died in a plague epidemic in 1543. He was younger, German artist, his name was Younger. So he did a lot of works. And we everybody know a great name in the art fraternity, Edvard Munch. He was an Austrian expressionist artist. We must remember one of his works, Scream. Is a great work. Scream. He did Scream in 1893, but after the Spanish flu, he did a wonderful work which was titled Self-Portrait. It was a very famous painting, and actually Munch went through a lot of times. His mother died in tuberculosis, his sister died in tuberculosis, he has seen the Spanish flu. So, but creation always went on. Another painter we'll talk about. Just I'm giving a brief history actually. Then I'll come to another point from this. Another painter, Klimt, Australian painter Klimt. He actually didn't survive the flu pandemic as Munch. Munch survived the pandemic. After pandemic, he created the self-portrait work. But Australian painter Klimt, he didn't survive the pandemic. He could not survive the pandemic. But he also did masterpieces before he died in the flu. So now we will get into other things, because not only disease, the world wars, First World War, the Second World War, other wars, famines, as I mentioned earlier, all these things actually from all these things were a crisis, and from this crisis, a lot of great art took birth. So now we'll talk about artist Goya. Goya's one of the very important painting, the 3rd of May. 3rd of May, Goya's painting, the masterpiece. Actually, this was done by Goya, the 3rd of May, as his native town, the Spanish town, was attacked and was bombarded as the bomb and the civil war broke out. That time, Goya did this work. And I'll name another greatest artist of our time, Pablo Picasso. Pablo Picasso's Guernica, as we know, is one of the most important, powerful political statements, as an immediate reaction to the Nazis' devastating casual bombing practiced in the Basque town of Guernica during the Spanish Civil War. So this Guernica is one of the most powerful political statement or artwork, as we can say, a most powerful artwork, which was created out of crisis. Now, if you look, there are a lot of artists who did great works under isolation. We can name Georgia, we can name Frida Kahlo. Frida Kahlo spent most of his time in his studio or in his bed, and she did wonderful masterpieces from his isolation. So isolation also, isolation, crisis, pandemics, everything, all disasters, everything. From all this crisis, creative people always did a lot of work, and I'm not going into the music, but in art, I'll stay within the art here. So now I'll tell another very important, interesting movement which was generated during the Soviet era. During the Soviet era, this is other part of the Soviet story. This is other part of the Soviet story. During the Soviet era, artists working in Moscow had to resort to using their apartments for making and showcasing art, because their practice was not state approved. Their practice was not at all state approved. So this artists differ from the political ideology which then prevailing. So they started doing their shows in their apartment. So in this time, this kind of art came to be known as apt art, apt art, APT, apt art, or apartment art. So this is a very interesting story. And another very interesting movement or art form which was created during the crisis was in 1973, when the Chile civilian government was overthrown and the country became a dictatorship. The Chile civilian government that time was overthrown, and the country became dictatorship. And one of the great artists, Eugenio Ditobon, created his airmail paintings. This is very interesting. Because of this dictatorship, they could not come out. They could not openly exhibit their work. So what they did, they started creating airmail paintings as a way of communicating with the outside world. They were designed in such a way, and they were folded and sent abroad. And actually, when they were displayed in the gallery, the artworks works were accompanied by their envelopes on which is recorded the destination in which the work has been displayed. So this was in Chile. This was a very important movement which had started in Chile due to some other things. So many of the artworks even created inside the concentration camps. Inside the concentration camps, inside the ghettos, inside the extermination camps, many of the artworks were created. So we see artworks were always created from this crisis, and different kind of movement. If you come to modernism, if we really see modernism, symbolism, or the movements of those times, after modernism, after the Second World War, you can say. So modernism started rejecting the so-called European orthodox style of creation or institutional creation. this modernism started out of the crisis, you can say. Modernism also started out of crisis. So modernism means everything. Means modernism means Dadaism. Modernism means Cubism. Modernism means the whole period of time. Means lot of movements generated there. So those were also created out of crisis. Means as I think, those were created out of crisis, and these are really very interesting things in the history of art.
Yes.
A lot of great art. Now, I'll conclude with. I'm just concluding with some advice advice. So, my advice means I have for those who are creating artworks now, particularly the works which are rooted in personal, political, social, environmental. Those who are rooted in this kind of ideologies, thinkings. So my suggestion to them is that our communities need this kind of artwork. We need each other always. Means we need your voice, your art, your videos, your poetry, your music, your love, passion, and even anger. Even anger can help others feel less isolated and less alone and less uncertain. The only way we will get through collective isolation is togetherness. And art is such a powerful tool to help us through these challenging times. So this much for now from me.
Thank you. Thank you. In fact, I would say, looking at Manch's self-portrait, one can actually feel that, with his portrait, you move from the observation of nature in the artwork to the inner vision of oneself. So you can see the kind of reflection which is there on his portrait is much different from the previous art movement. So definitely it generated a new thought process and a new art movement. Thank you so much, Rajiv. My next question is to Rajatji. In such challenging times, the effects do not stay limited to loss of life or health, but also distress psychologically, economically, and mentally. What role you think art plays in these times? I'm asking also because we have seen funding being vanished from art sector globally, because art is somewhere considered to be a luxury and not the most essential part. So what role do you think that art plays in these kind of times?
Trying times, quote unquote, of course. Now we are in trying times. But the thing is that last day we are talking about if the government could help us in some way. But I don't think that's a hope. It's a distant hope, because I think as you are a gallery person, certainly you know that for the last couple of years, we are pushing to demolish that VAT section that we have the artworks. Even the government didn't do that. There's a the levy, the VAT section. I think the GST portion to the artist's works. I think that's a bit unfair, because now even the market is going a little bit small, and they didn't do anything. In short, they didn't do anything. And now it's a much more trying times. We are working, and those of you are working, and the works are in a personal nature. Of course, we are trying to exercise our own personal demons through our works. I would like to give two instances where this kind of personal expression became community works. Number one work that I would like to give is a New Year artist Candy Chang. New Year's artist Candy Chang, when someone very close to her died, what she did is, in an abandoned building very near to her, she painted with blackboard paint and wrote this couple of lines: "Before I die, I want to, then dash." And she invited people to fill that up. in their own way, and automatically this work became expression of other people's too, because they have also lost someone very close and dear to them. And I think till now there are 475 walls. 475 walls are done in this way in 300 countries, and it became a movement. A personal expression became a movement of to exercise our losses when we lose someone very close, near and dear ones to us. And when a personal, because all the instances that we are talking about, they are personal expressions of art. How it trickles down to the community, I think that's very important. When this artistic expression trickles down to the community part, it's also very important. So I'm giving that instances. And there's another instances, ma'am, I think you have seen it. There's another project called AIDS Quilt. AIDS Quilt is one of the biggest community art projects. AIDS Quilt. And when that Rock Hudson scenario came, Rock Hudson died of AIDS. And after that, there's a bit of stigma attached to it. When every people died, naturally we are pointing to alternative lifestyle to that you are dying of AIDS because you have done so well, this and this and this. So naturally, this AIDS Quilt, I think in 1987, it's been nominated for Nobel Peace Prize. There are 48,000 or something more panels to that, where the people from the person who died, they invited they invited them, and they used to make those American quilts, portion of American quilts, and naturally it increased in size. So a personal expression of grief became a community project. What I wanted to say that because the present scenario, because of the corona deaths, how we can help the community. It's not about what I am painting, what I'm sculpting, or I'm creating a multimedia work. I feel that it's also my responsibility to go to the grassroots and create something that in a way involves the community. I would throw this open to everybody here. What's their view, how an artist could participate in a community project, where a personal expression could generally trickle down to the community and everybody could get involved with that. I think that's very important at this time now.
That's true. Thank you so much. That's true. And I really loved it when you said that, it is not about what art I am creating, but it's all about how can I help the community. And there it makes all the difference. I'll ask my next question to Saurav because they are somewhere related, what you just said. Saurav, I would like to ask you how artists are responding. You think that how artists are responding to this crisis, and how do they plan to survive given the economical downturn this pandemic has brought in?
This pandemic actually had a sudden, no doubt, and made a substantial impact on the field of arts and the artists. And this is true that India is a large amount of artists. They are maintaining their livelihoods basically on freelancing or part-time job and on commissions. Okay, but at present I have not such exact data, the amount that how much percentage in India as a freelancer. But it is true that India is the second largest freelancer hub in the world after USA. And as a freelancer, this is also another data, that as a freelancer, we will contribute 50% of the nation's workforce volumes. And we have actually, if we actually measure it economically, which is near 15 billion USD in India. So that data, we realize the importance of the financial aid for the independent artist. Particularly those depends on commissions, on part-time or freelancing. Okay. It is true that survival feelings are inner and outerly that artists create and work. Okay, this no doubt. But it is also important that artists also need to maintain their work. We need some kind of financial help, because it is very important. Because I give you the data that that how much we actually, this is the conditions in India actually, that the exact conditions in India. Already I get some news from the artist friends and also on the networks that some individuals across the country temporarily lose contracts and also their employment, particularly part-time employment. So, and in maybe in the coming few months we will get more news. The situation will be not very in well conditions and well. So, and also Rajat said that we don't know that how actually the government will react on that step. But some other countries have already taken steps. And for example, Germany actually give the very bold step. They actually provide $55 million for the artist, and not for the artist, also for the art organizations. Art Council in England make an emergency relief fund more than $190 million. Singapore also brought some kind of national relief fund for artists. US giving per artist $5,000 for this crisis. So respectively, relatively, that we have in India, it not big steps we haven't seen yet. Okay, we have seen some individual steps, or some private organization have taken some small steps, but not very big steps. We haven't seen yet. Okay. So it's totally depends on for lot of things the aid and something actually covered. That's all. And actually and present situation is totally depends on your digital. The digital actually is present situation. So let's say that's all from my side.
Thank you. That's true that every country is also giving some kind of relief fund for the arts community. Whereas what I hear that in India, whatever money we are getting through CSR, though art is not directly part of CSR, but still through educational means or any other means, that also will go away, because now the funds will be mostly diverted towards the pandemic situation. So this is not only that we are not being funded, but the funds which are there are also going to dry away. So it's definitely a challenging time. I'll come to you, Shrikant ji. I understand you had been working with artisans. You are keeping touch with some artisans, the craftsmen. So I just thought if you can share how are they doing, and what do you see what's happening with the craftsmen of India?
हेलो
Yes.
हेयर मी
Yes.
अच्छा एक्चुअली मेरे लिए बहुत अच्छा होता है कि मैं बंगाली में बोलूं, तो किसी को कुछ प्रॉब्लम
बोलिए ना, बोलिए।
আচ্ছা আসলে বেশ কিছুদিন ধরেই ঘরে বসে বিভিন্ন জায়গার শিল্পীদের সঙ্গে এমনি তো আমি কাজ করি আর কি, বিভিন্ন গ্রামে গঞ্জে। গত পরশুদিন যেমন পুরুলিয়া থেকে চরিদিয়া থেকে একটি ফোন আসে সকালবেলা, যে চরিদিয়া গ্রামে একজন শিল্পী। তো কেমন আছো দাদা? হ্যাঁ বললাম, হ্যাঁ তোমরা কেমন আছো, গ্রামের কি অবস্থা? বলছে দাদা এখন খাবার দাবার পাবো কিনা তার ঠিক নেই। বলছে যে একটা মানুষ চোখে দেখা যাচ্ছে না, যে গ্রামে যেহেতু পুরুলিয়ার পাশেই পাহাড়ে সমস্ত ঘুরতে যায়, তো ওদের একটা বিরাট অঙ্কের বিক্রি হয় প্রতিদিনই প্রায়। সেই যারা ঘুরতে যান তারা ওই গ্রামে ঘুরতে যান, গ্রামে ঘুরতে গিয়ে প্রচুর পরিমাণে মাছ তারা বিক্রি করেন এবং সেখান থেকে তাদের উপার্জন একটা বড় মাপের উপার্জন হয়। আরেকটা বিষয় হচ্ছে যে বিভিন্ন যে গ্রামের দলগুলো রয়েছে, নাচের দলগুলো, যারা সাধারণত মুখোশের অর্ডার দেয়, তারা কেউ আসে।
May I stop you for a second? I'll request my colleague Gaurav to first translate the part you just said.
Say something.
Okay. One day, an artist from Purulia called Shrikant sir. So how is he? How is he's doing? and he told that the artist is going through a difficult situation. Especially, they have an area where tourists go usually, and they buy fishes. So there is a fish market also. From this, they earn.
No, not fish market. They have a regular market of from the tourist actually. They are buying so many birds. Oh, और बाकी जो है कि जो ग्रुप डांस ट्रूप जो है पूरे पुरुलिया में या बिहार में या चारों तरफ जो फैला हुआ है बंगाल में, उसमें क्या होता है कि वो ग्रुप आके बहुत सारे मास्क, एक ग्रुप का मतलब 8, 10, 20, 25 काइंड ऑफ कैरेक्टर्स होता है, एक ग्रुप के लिए ऑर्डर आता है। तो इसमें क्या हो रहा है कि कोई भी नहीं आ रहा है। पिछले 1-2 महीने से कोई भी ऑर्डर पास नहीं हो रहा है इन लोगों के पास। तो क्या हो रहा है कि खाने पीने का पैसा जोड़ करना मुश्किल हो रहा है, महीने का जो खर्चा है। तो खासतौर से मुझे ये रिक्वेस्ट किया गया कि सिकंदर प्लीज कुछ हो सके तो कीजिए हम लोग के लिए, कि आप लोग को जो जान पहचान है वहां से कुछ कैसे हेल्पलाइन हमारी तरफ की हेल्प का हाथ बढ़ा सकता है कि वो करे, जैसे भी आप कुछ कीजिए। मैं बोला देखो मेरे पास जो है या जो लिंक अप है मैं कोशिश करूंगा, क्योंकि मैं जो कर सकता हूँ पर्सनली कर सकता हूँ। मेरे कुछ फ्रेंड्स को पास ये भेज के कि भाई मुझे कुछ पैसा दे दो, या इन लोगों के पास पूरा ये एड्रेस में कुछ पैसा भेज दो। ऐसे अगर कुछ फंड मैं राइज कर सकता हूँ, मैं ऐसे कोशिश भी कर रहा हूँ। कुछ जितना हो सके कोशिश कर रहा हूँ मेरी तरफ से। जैसे ये चारों तरफ से, जैसे मैं अलीपुरद्वार वहाँ पे कुछ शूला शिल्पी का काम चल रहा है, जिन गांव में मैं गया था, जिन लोगों के गांव में, बहुत ही इंटीरियर विलेज है वो। एक्चुअली रिचुअल्स के ऊपर ही डिपेंडेंट है ये सब आर्टिस्ट, और बाकी जो है कि कुछ शो पीसेस बना लेते हैं उसमें से चलता है। लेकिन अभी रिचुअल तो क्या सब कुछ टच करना ही माना है, तो कहाँ से रिचुअल कुछ घर होगा? सारे चीजें बंद है, खरीदना भी बंद है, आना जाना भी बंद है। तो इन लोगों का पैसे आने जाने का सारे रास्ते बंद हो चुका है। खासतौर से इसके बाद लेके और भी डर रहा है कि इसके बाद क्या होगा एक्चुअली। তো এইরকম আরো কিছু গ্রামে যেমন পটচিত্র শিল্পীদের সঙ্গে কথা বলবো, তারাও একরকম একই কথা বলছে যে কোথাও बेरोते पारছি না, কোথাও যেতে পারছি না, कहीं पे मूव करना मुश्किल हो रहा है। तो कुछ मेला में इसमें या पर्सनली जो कनेक्शन में हम भेजते थे कलकत्ता जाके या कोई बुला लिया वहां पे जाके, तो सारे रास्ता बंद है पिछले 2 महीने से। तो हमारे लिए चलना मुश्किल है, आगे क्या होगा नहीं पता। सो दिस इज एक्चुअली मेरे ख्याल से देखा जाए तो আমাদের সকলেরই অবস্থা একই রকম। We are in the same boat brother, we all are, right? चाहे वो अमीर हो या गरीब हो, या वो अमीर जो है उसके पास पैसा है लेकिन कहीं पे आके इस जगह पे पैसे का भी कुछ मोल नहीं है, जो मैं समझ में आ रहा है। और पैसे छोड़ के कुछ हो भी नहीं सकता इस समय, ये भी एक चीज है। लेकिन ये करने होगा कैसे, कहाँ से ये फंडिंग होगा, कौन करेगा फंडिंग? जैसे कि अभी बात हो रहा था कि आर्टिस्टों का क्या होगा इस समय कि वर्ल्ड वाइड, जैसे पहले जो फ्रेंड ने बोला कि वर्ल्ड वाइड ये यूएसए में, यूके में आर्टिस्टों के लिए इतना डॉलर, इतना ये कुछ किया जा रहा है, तो यहाँ पे कौन किसके लिए करेगा? है ना, यहाँ पे कौन किसके लिए करेगा?
ट्रू।
हाँ, तो बात ये है कि मैं जहाँ पे हूँ, मैं जैसे हूँ, मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ, ये सोचना इस समय बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है। कि मैं जिस फाइनेंशियल कंडीशन में हूँ, मेरा देश का, मेरे सराउंडिंग, मेरे फ्रेंड्स या मेरे आर्टिजन, ये जो जिसके साथ, जिन लोगों के साथ मैं जुड़ा हुआ हूँ, इन लोगों का एक और एक के साथ जोड़ के कैसे हम लोग कुछ कर सकते हैं, ये सोचना एट फर्स्ट बहुत जरूरी है
राइट,
मेरे ख्याल से।
No,
तो
that's
मैं छोटा सा एक को चालू किया फ्रेंड के, उसमें इसे ही कि कुछ फंडिंग अगर एक साथ कर सके और इन लोगों को भेज सके, तो मैं पर्सनल तौर से ये कर रहा हूँ जितना हो सके मेरे तरफ से। और बाकी हर एक मेरा फ्रेंड्स जो है आजू बाजू जितने हैं, मैं कोशिश कर रहा हूँ लोगों से कुछ कलेक्ट करके कहीं पे भी भेजे, एक कम्युनिटी को 2 फैमिली 3 फैमिली को भी भेज सके, तो भी मेरे ख्याल से बहुत काम पे आएगा।
right. That's
ये
true. That's
मेरे
true.
तरफ से मैं करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ।
That's true because
Hello.
actually what is needed is that a permanent livelihood. Because आप जो कर रहे हैं can be a
Absolutely.
definitely a very good gesture, but again it कितना करेंगे because एक limitation सबके personal level पे आ
हाँ,
जाती है।
वही मैं तो इसीलिए बोल रहा हूँ कि कौन किसके लिए करेगा, मेरे लिए कौन करेगा आने वाले दिन पे।
Absolutely,
आई
absolutely.
एम इन सेम सिचुएशन somehow extent में देखा जाए तो,
Right.
है ना?
That's true. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
तो क्वेश्चन में आके ही खड़ा होता है और एक क्वेश्चन को ही पैदा करता है, सॉल्व। हाँ, ये तो
Actually-
सिंपल सी बात है, क्वेश्चन कभी खत्म नहीं होता है।
That's
तो
true.
क्वेश्चन आप जहाँ पे चालू करेंगे तो और एक क्वेश्चन में आके ही वो खत्म होगा,
That's true.
क्योंकि नया शुरुआत फिर से चालू होगा। तो इसका ही ये खत्म नहीं है, तो मेरे ख्याल से नया कुछ शुरुआत के लिए ये है। आई होप सो, क्योंकि
Actually, हाँ,
मेरे ख्याल से बहुत सारे चीज है जो पॉजिटिव मैं देख रहा हूँ।
that's
ये सभी लोग इसको ऑब्जर्व किया, नेचर की तरफ से हो या बहुत सारे की तरफ से।
true.
हाँ, लेकिन ह्यूमन सोसाइटीज का जो बना हुआ है, ह्यूमन का बना हुआ जो टोटल कम्युनिटी या सोसाइटी या उसका स्ट्रक्चर जो है, उसके लिए बहुत बुरा हुआ, ये तो सही है, लेकिन बाकी बहुत कुछ के लिए बहुत अच्छा हुआ, तो बाकी सब कुछ अच्छा ही होगा मेरे ख्याल से। थैंक यू।
Thank you so much. No, that's true कि अभी तो किसी को भी नहीं पता, बहुत बड़े बड़े इकोनॉमिस्ट को भी नहीं पता कि क्या होगा आगे, बट जो कॉन्वर्सेशन है उन्हीं में से कुछ ना कुछ निकलता है कि आगे क्या हो सकता है, क्या मूवमेंट कर सकते हैं, कौन किसको मदद कर सकता है और कैसे हम सब अपने आप को भी मदद कर सकते हैं इन दैट प्रोसेस। सो जरूरत है नए आइडियाज को शेयर करने की, नई पॉसिबिलिटीज को शेयर करने की। So I'll come to you, Suman, for that, because you're not only an artist, but you're also an entrepreneur in your own rights. So what possibilities do you see of an art movement emerging from this crisis? And what do you think is the relevance of online platform now?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, we have already started using this online platform because we are in a limited situation. And of course, we don't know how much we have to be in these situations. So these days, everyone is very familiar with online platform and online domains. But now it's time to think it in other way, because the situations is, I think, not be well within a few months. So, but in this time we cannot keep silent in this way. So, I think we now try to be serious about use and its further prospect about these mediums and platforms. So. Actually, we know that there are a lot of platforms usually artists use, like we are very familiar with Facebook, Instagrams, Dribbles and everything, YouTubes and Deviant. But thing is that every artist, until now, we are doing this our own way, like it's not like in a professional serious way, or like it's like a portal, or like something like we are doing our own to promote ourselves individually. But thing is that now, as usual, all the galleries and physical spaces are now restricted. So now we have to move through this platform, and it becomes an urgent factor for the artists all over the world. And people are really these days are connecting each other through these platforms, like everyone in online now, because these situations. So, but thing is that if we like to organize for this online platform, there are some more possibilities. There are a lot of possibilities. So, like that, group shows, exhibitions, shared shows, and curated shows, and also a large number of publications are happening, online publications. So these are the all these are the all new opportunities to organize this way for the artist. Like now, I think that we can use this platform in a more in commercial and also the promotional way for the artist. Like if we get through this platform, there are some limitations for the individual artist. Then that is that there are some limitations because of those the serious platform. Those are doing really the transactions and the trading through the art. There are two sections you can find there. One is that paid and another is free. So for the curators and the organizer, I think they can go through this paid system, which is a bit expensive, and I think that is also other way we can use this platform by a group show. Like we are sharing our the registration charges and everything, and then we can find for the use for the platform. Because of that there are some difference within this paid and also the free platform, that they take the paid platform seriously for conversation and conversion of transactions, and the other platform for just like portal and promotions. So I think there is there are very renowned platforms that is right now artists cannot afford to do that. So we can think that if we can share some exhibition over that platform, we can get to reach more people and more like focused viewers. So I think that we need to move in that way using this online platform. And there is another flexibility. There are some flexibilities also, that because there is no border to use this online platform, and so we can connect many people around the world, and I think we can share our thoughts and interactions and also the views, and then we can decide or curate some more interesting show, like international shows and also the national shows. So this is the way I think that we need to do right now or for future. And I think when the time is over, then this platform will be an advantage to communicate each other, and also the flexible way to think about the artist in this way. So I think that it is very essential for now to go through these platforms and online media to access more people and connecting with us and like to go forward.
Okay. Thank you so much. I have one or two questions, but maybe we'll take the questions later on because we are a bit behind schedule and we still have 2 people to go. So I'll ask you, Pradeep, what is your personal experience, because you're very young, how you are coping with the pandemic, and how strong you are or how vulnerable you are feeling about yourself as an artist?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can
Now
I
we
speak
can.
in Bengali? Bengali, no problem.
If you're speaking in Bengali, in between just stop so that Gaurav can translate. Otherwise, it's fine.
আমার মনে হচ্ছে যে এটা একটা আমাদের সবার কাছে খুব নতুন একটা অভিজ্ঞতা, মানে খুব নতুন একটা এক্সপিরিয়েন্স যে এইরকম একটা প্যান্ডেমিক আমরা ফেস করলাম। মানে সেটা আমাদের ভবিষ্যতে যেন না হয় এরকম একটা কিছু, সেটার জন্য আমরা কেউ প্রিপেয়ার ছিলাম না। আমাদের কোনো ধারণাই ছিল না যে আর্টিস্টরা আমরা হিউম্যান বিং হিসেবে কিভাবে এটার সাথে লড়াই করব, সেই ধারণাটা আমাদের ছিল না। প্রত্যেকটা মানুষ এখানে খুব মানে তার মতো করে তার জায়গায় আটকে পড়েছে। প্রচুর লেবার, মানে যারা মাইগ্রেন্ট লেবার দিল্লিতে, কলকাতায় এবং বড় শহরগুলোতে আটকে গেছে এবং মাইলের পর মাইল হেঁটে তারা দেশে ফিরছে। পজ দিলাম গৌরবের জন্য। গৌরব?
Yes. It's a new experience to all of us, and we didn't prepare ourselves for this kind of situation. Also, we don't want this again happen in future, and as well as many people are stuck in their places in their own situation, and many laborers are coming through walking from a very long distance.
সেখানে দাঁড়িয়ে আমার খুব একটা অদ্ভুত একটা পরিস্থিতি আমার কাছে তৈরি হয়েছে, আমার কাছে কেন সবার কাছে, যে এইরকম জানি না আর কতদিন আমরা এরকম থাকবো। মানে আমরা জানি না যে কালকে পরশু তারপর দিন কি হবে, মানে সব কিছুর একটা তো ফিউচার দেখা যায়, এইটার খুব একটা কিছু দেখা যাচ্ছে না। মানে অনেকে বলছে এটা আবার COVID-20 হয়তো এই বছরেই চলে আসবে, কেউ আরো বড় করে ভয় দেখাচ্ছে। তো এইরকম সিচুয়েশনে দাঁড়িয়ে আমাদের মানে একটা বড় চ্যালেঞ্জ, যারা আমরা আর্ট প্র্যাকটিস করি, যাদের সাথে শুধু স্টুডিও নয়, স্টুডিওর বাইরের একটা দুনিয়ার কানেকশন আছে, সেগুলো পুরো বন্ধ হয়ে যাচ্ছে। এবং আমি পার্সোনালি দুর্গাপুজোর সাথে ইনভলভ। প্রত্যেক দিন আমার কাছে ফোন আসে যারা এতদিন আমার সাথে কাজ করেছে, মেদিনীপুর, নদিয়া এবং দিনাজপুরের মানে আর্টিসানরা, তারা আমাকে প্রত্যেকদিন কল করে, দাদা এবার পুজো হবে কিনা। মানে সেটা খুব একটা অদ্ভুত সিচুয়েশনের মধ্যে আমরা পড়ে যাচ্ছি। মানে সেটা আমার কাছে, আমি শুধু স্টুডিও বসে ছবি আঁকছি, আর্ট তো কখনোই কোনো কিছু আমি জানি না ডিরেক্টলি কিছু এর ইয়েতে পড়তে পারি কিনা। তো একটা অদ্ভুত সিচুয়েশন এটা।
Okay, it's a very awkward situation to me, and I don't know how long it will continue. And it's not a challenge to me, it's a challenge to all of us. And in the studio, not only studio, there is another world outside in our studio and our workplace, from different places, because from different places like Mednipur and Purulia, peoples are calling him because he is also engaged in Pandal and Durga Puja works. So it is very difficult how long it is very difficult to imagine how long it will go on.
True.
এখন বেশ কিছু কাজ করছি, যেটা প্রথম দিকে আমার কাজ একদমই হচ্ছিল না। যে মানে প্রথম দিকে মনে হচ্ছিল কি করব, কেন করব, এই প্রশ্নগুলো খুব ফিরে ফিরে আসছিল। মানে আর্ট প্র্যাকটিস দিয়ে কি হতে পারে, মানে অদ্ভুত অদ্ভুত প্রশ্ন, সেই প্রশ্নগুলো আগে কোনোদিন আসেনি। তা এখন অনেকটা আমরা পরিস্থিতিকে সামলে উঠতে পেরেছি আমার মনে হয় মেন্টালি, এবং এখন অনেক আমরা এই অর্থে ধাতস্থ যে এই সময় দাঁড়িয়ে কাজ করা যায়। হ্যাঁ, এরকম ওরা বলছিল যে এরকম অনলাইন আর প্ল্যাটফর্ম গুলো তৈরি হচ্ছে, সেগুলোর সাথে ইনভলভ হচ্ছি, এরকম বিভিন্ন স্কোপ আমাদের সামনে খুলছে। কিন্তু তবুও সেটা প্যান্ডেমিকের মধ্যেই, দেখা যাক এটা কতদিন চলে।
Okay, at first there is a question why I should do or what I can do in this situation, because I have stuck in my place. Whatever I have to do in my own place. So how we are getting ourselves practiced, and we have to regularize ourselves practice in our own situation and in this situation. So again, how long it will go, we don't know.
That's true. This is something that none of us knew and none of us thought, because we thought we are too strong and too powerful, and the science has evolved so much that there is nothing that we can't, we are invincible in a way, and hence we did not prepare for it. Whereas we always thought that have a plan B, but now as an when I'm conversing with more and more people, I'm realizing that none of us have actually plan B. So we were not really ready, and neither the art people and nor the business side, no industry was actually ready for it. No Mahapandit, no astrologer ever said that this year is going to be this bad. So I think it's a collective failure of all of us in a way, and we have to collectively emerge from it. That's yet to be seen. I'll ask my last question to Pradeep ji. Oh, sorry, Pradeep, I've asked. Robin. Robin ji.
Right.
So Robin ji, after listening to all this, where are you? How are you holding up, and what do you see? Because your experience, like for example, is much more than Pradeep's experience. So when you listen to Pradeep,
right.
how do you reflect on it? That what is going on in your mind? How are you thinking of moving ahead from here?
তো ভীষণ একটা কঠিন সময় আমরা জানি, সবাই ফিল করছি। তো আগামী দিন জানি না কি হবে, এবং আমরা প্রতিনিয়ত অনেক কিছু চোখের সামনে আসছে আমাদের চোখের সামনে। ধরি আমরা দেখলাম এত মানুষ পরিযায়ী শ্রমিক, এই এত মানুষ বেকার আছে, অনেক কিছু পরিসংখ্যান আসছে এর মধ্যে। ধরুন এই এত মানুষ আমাদের তাদের আয় লাস্ট কয়েক বছরে বেড়েছে 2%, কিছু মানুষের আয় বেড়েছে 6 গুণ। এই পরিসংখ্যানগুলো আসছে, এবং তাদের হয়তো কারোকে সরকার কিছু পরিষেবা দেবে, কিন্তু আমাদের কন্ডিশনটাও খুব একটা ভালো নয়। কিছু মধ্যবিত্ত শ্রেণী বা আমরা যেটা নিয়ে কাজ করি, আমাদের কেউ কিছু দেখারও নেই। ইভেন যেমন সৌরভ বললো, অন্য দেশে হয়তো বেশ কিছু জায়গায় গ্র্যান্ড দেওয়া হচ্ছে, আমি শিওর আমাদের দেশে এই ধরনের কিছু স্কোপ হবে না, আমি জানি। গৌরব একটু বলুন। এই জায়গা থেকে জানি না আমাদের কি হবে এই মুহূর্তে, আর কি আমাদের আগামী সময় কি হবে। তো এটাও ঠিক, আমাদের নিজেদেরকে নিয়ে আমাদের নিজেদের অনেক কিছু করতে হবে, নিজেদের অনেক কিছু মুভমেন্ট হয়তো বাড়াতে হবে নিজেদের। তো আমাদের এই অ্যাক্টিভিটিস গুলো হয়তো নিজেদের মতোই করতে হবে। এখন এই মুহূর্তে আমাদের বেশ ডিজিটালি অ্যাক্টিভিটিস বেড়েছে, সেই জায়গা থেকে বেশ কিছু শো হচ্ছে, কেউ কিছু চাইছে, অনেকেই আমার থেকেও চেয়েছে। সেই আমি এর মধ্যে এই অস্থিরতার মধ্যে ওই ধরনের কিছু কাজ আমাকেও করতে হয়েছে, কিছু ওই ম্যাগাজিনের জন্য করতে হয়েছে, ওই শ্রমিকদের নিয়ে। আবার এর মধ্যে আর একটা গ্যালারি চাইছে, এইভাবে চলছে। তবে এটা থেকে বেরিয়ে কি হবে আগামী দিন, এটা কিন্তু ভীষণ ভীষণ স্কেয়ার্ড, আর কি ভীত আমরা, এটা বুঝতে পারছি না এখনো কোন দিকে যাবে।
Moshmi.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, all of you, your enthusiastic participation. We hope. Sorry.
এক মিনিট একটা কথা। আমার মনে হচ্ছে যে আমার এই কথাগুলোর পর আমার শুনে যেটা মনে হলো, মানে আমার এটা মনে হচ্ছে কয়েকদিন ধরে একটা এরা তৈরি হবে, যে বিফোর প্যান্ডামিক, আফটার প্যান্ডামিক, যেরকম পোস্ট ইন্ডিপেন্ডেন্স বলা হতো, সেরকম একটা এরা হয়তো তৈরি হবে, যে সবকিছুই প্র্যাকটিসে বা সবকিছুতেই। কারণ এটা একটা বড় বোধহয় চেঞ্জ আসছে আমাদের কাছে, মানে সেটা আর্ট কেন, সবকিছু ফিল্ডে।
Yeah. Thank you, all of you, for your enthusiastic participation. We hope our today's discussion ventilate our ideas and pent up emotion, having contributed to the discourse generated during this session. We are all of you waiting for our next session, means next exhibition, either November or December. Thanks again.